With a status report from our Nasipi Same. Nasipi, good morning. Again, just give us a sense of what's happening at your location.
Well, the numbers are currently trickling in here in the Western Cape, where COSATU and its affiliates are hoping to paint the streets red, heading to the provincial legislature, including National Parliament, where they will be handing over a memorandum of grievances and demands to the various spheres of government. But there are currently a number of other trade unions that have already started assembling here in Cape Town, and now joined by the Provincial Secretary for SACTWU, my apologies, Dion Simons. So if you could just talk to us about the reasons that brings this particular trade union to this march.
Hi, good morning. Good morning to the listeners and to the viewers. From SACTWU side, we've experienced a lot of problems at our harbors, at our ports, where the ports has been delayed, our fabric, and that has put a huge dilemma and a huge strain on our workforce or our workers in the industry. We as SACTWU are also saying that the job losses that we're experiencing due to the delay in the ports, it's got a huge effect on our workers in the industry, in the clothing and textile industry. Then also from our side, we are saying why we are here today is also to put emphasis that the retailers, they should support decent work and stop supporting the bogus cooperatives. Us as a trade union are confronted with these bogus cooperatives. So we are also saying as SACTWU that should also stop. And then from our side also as SACTWU, we are saying that the Department of Employment and Labour, they should enforce where the national minimum wage is concerned. And these are some of the areas that it's encouraging us to be part of the National Day of Decent Work.
And how dire is the situation on the ground?
It is very dire. Our industry are flooded where the short time is and the job losses that we confronted with because of the ports not making sure that our fabrics are delivered on time.
And with this march, what are you hoping to achieve, as an alliance of COSATU?
That the government of national unity should do much more. They should put more stricter mechanisms in place, specifically also where Shein and Timo is concerned, that the tax, that they should regulate it and be more stricter where that is concerned. So we want to achieve where these new mechanisms can be put in place to secure our jobs that we are currently having and create more decent jobs.
So that is one of the trade unions here that will be forming part of the nationwide strike here in the Cape Town leg, making its way later on this morning to the provincial legislature and national parliament. And at the core of the strike and protest and call for action by COSATU and various other unions is the end of retrenchments, the end of unemployment, including the fact that people are currently struggling to make ends meet, and calling on government in both the provincial and national spheres to make sure that they not only implement policies but also to create a conducive environment for the private sector to see the job creation that COSATU is highlighting, adding that nearly 11.3 million people in South Africa are currently unemployed. And leading up to this particular protest and march by the various union members, they are calling on citizens in South Africa to form part of this march and make their voices heard, and for government also to give an ear to those that are currently struggling, currently unemployed, and currently facing retrenchments.
Nasipi Same bringing us the picture there in Cape Town, and a key tenet of the demands there is for regulation on fast fashion brands. You heard them mention Temu and Shein there. Let's move from Cape Town then to Durban, and this is in KwaZulu-Natal. And our Pila Duma is covering the Durban leg of the protest. Duma, again, paint a picture for us on what you're seeing at your location.
Good morning, Iman. What I can tell you is that right now it is still, quite empty here at the stadium. We are at King Dinuzulu Stadium here at the Durban CBD, but we are expecting people, to continue flocking in because the march is expected to start at 11 o'clock this morning. So, as we're expecting for the momentum to actually pick up as time goes on, I'm just going to step out of shot just to give you, a clear view of what is it that's going on in the background. There are already community members, have gathered there at the back just waiting for more officials from the Federation to actually come through here to the park. I've also noticed that, branding has also been put up by some COSATU officials here. And they are also to my right, if I could just give you, a walk, and my colleague shows you, there's still also some gathering to my right, as you can see there, Iman. And as you know, COSATU is demanding, for better employment opportunities. It is complaining about the economic crisis and is calling for a swift intervention with regards to that, Iman. We have been told that over 11 million people are employed, with COSATU also, stressing concern. They're saying that on top of this figure, there are still companies which are retrenching people, which means that, this figure could also increase. If I could take you back there, the high unemployment rate was highly exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic. We saw a lot of companies, having to close down because of that particular pandemic. But we're going to continue, with monitoring the situation here. We are expecting for the march to be led by the Provincial Secretary of COSATU in KZN, Edwin Mkhize, as well as other members of the Federation. They're going to be headed to the Durban City Hall to hand over a memorandum.
Pila, thank you very much for that. It does seem like a slow start when it comes to the Durban leg of the protest. We'll also bring you a picture of what's happening here in Gauteng. But those numbers certainly disturbing. 32.9%, the last batch of statistics that we got from Stats SA, 32.9%, the expanded definition of unemployment in the country, touching closer to 42%. And in the 15 to 24 band, we're talking about young people, an astronomical 59.7%.